see if I can do this, y'all. Okay, I need the link. Let's see. Share the link. Okay. Hi, everyone. I can't see y'all yet. I have to share the link so that others can come on to the live stream. Let's see. All right. Let me come back over here and see who has come in. Hello, you all. I see you all. Hold on. Let me go share the link in the weight loss group. Now, if you're in weight loss and lifestyle changes, I need to know if you can see this link. I know it's going a little slow, y'all. Why is it doing that? I'm on the wrong Wi-Fi, number one. Let me switch over to my other Wi-Fi. That's probably why it's going so slow. Let me switch over to the one I normally use. Let me see. Okay. So I'm going to wait and see if this link works for the weight loss group. Because I think with the weight loss group, my group is private. So I think what it is you can't share out of the group, but you should be able to share into the group, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Hi, Jeff. It's good to see you too. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Jennifer. All right. If you're in the weight loss group, which I don't see anybody that is, let me know if you see the link. I'm not going to worry about it right now if nobody comes in from that end, because I just posted a link. I will be streaming live over here on YouTube. Okay, just so you all know, but I will share the links in the weight loss group for what we do on YouTube. Okay. Hey, Nathan. I know Yolanda. I remember. Or was I calling you Yvonne? I may have been calling you Yvonne, but I remember calling you Yolanda. And then let me share over here. And then we're good to go. We're going to get started. So that'll give some people time to come on in. As we're waiting just for some people to get their notifications or whatever it may have been, you may want to grab some paper and a pencil or a pen, because you may want to jot some things down. I'm not going to be on here long, but I do have a lot of information to kind of give you in a short period of time. Let me give them the link for the August weight loss challenge. On YouTube. All right, let me give them the link to the video. Okay, there's the link. Okay. All right, I think we're good. All right, let me come back over here with you all. I'm sorry if I was calling you Yvonne. There's a lady that follows me named Yvonne, and I'm so used to talking back and forth with her, and I didn't know if it was her that had started a page, but I got you, Yolanda. And it brought me here. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know that, Yolanda, because I want to be sure that as I'm posting live streams and things on my YouTube, that I'm able to share it into the group, and then those that want to hop on, they can, or y'all can catch the replay. Okay. So, and that's probably why everybody's saying YouTube, because I think the only one, matter of fact, I can cut this one on Facebook off. Let's see. Because because I just wanted to share the links, because I'm not going to be posting right on my page. So let me say this. If you're on Aisha on Facebook, you would need to come over to YouTube. So the links are posted either in the weight loss group or on my Cooking with Aisha page. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this Facebook page off. And we are going to continue. Okay, that's fine. We'll continue on YouTube. Okay. There we go. All right. And this is my first time kind of doing it this way. Even though I'm familiar with StreamYard, I've used it many times. Y'all know we use it in weight loss, the weight loss group too. So Anita, she's probably still over there, but we're gonna cut this off. All right, there we go. YouTube. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm almost ready. But, I knew I was gonna have to do this though. Share the links out. So thank you for your patience. There we go. There we go. All right, we're good. Now I can just come back over here. The links are posted. That's all that matters. Okay, I said hi to Nathan. Okay, we're past that. Thank you for being understanding. So, okay. So welcome to everybody that's here, and welcome to those that will catch the replay. So for the month of August, actually starting tomorrow, you all, we're going to do something that we do 2 to 3 times a year, sometimes more, which is called a weight loss challenge. We do different things with the weight loss challenge. So I'm going to just give you the information that I have, and you can kind of, like I was saying, I think it was yesterday or the day before, you can kind of decide which route you want to go with your weight loss challenge. Okay. So we're going to start tomorrow, and we're going to go through August 25th. If you've done this with us before, then you already know it's nothing complicated. It's really just going to be all about where you are here, your mindset, and really what it is that you want to do. Because if you have to be motivated for any type of challenge in your life. So especially when it comes to weight loss, it has to be something that not only that you want to do, but something that you're ready to do. Okay. So there's nothing, I can only, give you so much, and then it's up to you, just like it's up to me. There's a reason why I haven't got these 40 pounds off that I want, because I had to be in a place where I'm ready. So I could start, and then it's then it's like I give up, and so it has to be up to me. All right. So we'll go August 5th through the 25th. But what I'm asking you all, if you've never done this challenge, I'm asking that you to give it 7 days first. Give it a week first before you just thinking about the whole 21 days. Give it a week and see not only how, we're not looking at the scale. We're going to hop on the scale in the morning if you have a scale. If you don't, most people kind of know where their weight is. But I'm asking that if you have a scale at home, which most of us do, just get on it in the morning. And getting on it first thing in the morning is the best time, because for one, you're waking up, you have not eaten anything, and you get your best weight of where you are at that time. Okay. So step on your scale first thing in the morning if you're doing the challenge. Try not to step on that scale before the week is out. Okay. So for the first week, and for the 3 weeks, actually, I will be doing a daily devotional. Those that have been with me in Weight Loss and Lifestyle Changes, you all know that we have done both of these books. I can't remember the last one which one we did last, but we're going to be coming out of Kathy Morenzi's book, one of them. One of them is titled Weight Loss God's Way, and it says the Proven 21-Day Weight Loss Devotional Bible Study. You all know we incorporate God with everything that we do, even with weight loss. The other one is titled, and it goes on to say, Lose Weight for Life, Deepen Your Faith, and Overwhelm and Doubt. And then the other one is Pray Powerfully, Lose Weight, 21 days of short prayers, declarations, scriptures, and quotes for a healthy body, spirit, and soul. And I will say they both are good. We've done them both multiple times. I'm not sure which direction I'm going yet. I'm gonna look back over them again this afternoon. And then these will be the devotionals that I will post for you all each day for the 21 days. So you would need to come to YouTube. Everything will be titled for you. You can catch the replay if you're not able to catch it when it's posted. So there will be that daily devotional. It was something I was going to say with that. As far as exercise, because we're going to deal with the basics of what we need to lose weight. We have to move our bodies. This is not just going to be about what we eat, what we don't eat, and portions and things like that. We have to get exercise in, you all. And exercise is not just geared toward losing weight. Exercise is for any and everybody. Do you ever wonder why there's gym class even when all through school? Because we need to be active in order for us to have any type of healthiness to our bodies. It's just until our senior age, it's just important to be active in some type of way, no matter what it is. If you like to go swimming, go swimming. Do something to be active at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. Okay, it's going to be very helpful to you. It's going to help you in all sorts of ways. It helps us mentally. Sometimes, do you know, we fall into depression or we battle with depression because we're not doing things to help get those endorphins moving and things like that. That's why you feel better after you do a workout. You actually feel better. You feel better mentally, emotionally, and physically after a workout. And even though you may feel sore or your legs may be sore because you went on a nice walk, it does something to us mentally and emotionally when we move our bodies and we're active. Okay. So it's beneficial in every way, all the way around for us. So we're going to talk about that. So I went out looking today to try to find a space where we can walk. Y'all know I was walking at this other park, but that park is so far from my house that I would only go a few times out the week. I wouldn't drive over there every day. It's just too far. So I went up the street and they have a nice walking trail, but it's literally within all kind of woods. So I don't know how that would work with the Wi-Fi. So we'll give it a try and see how it works. So let's get back into weight loss. And I put some notes here. So I'm gonna kind of just go through. Hey, Miss Shanti, I'm gonna kind of just go through so we can kind of just talk about it. The first thing I put was that weight loss can be challenging and that everybody is not in a position, you all, where they can just lose weight. So the different tips and things that I'm sharing is for those who may not have any type of health issues and things like that. Sometimes we can take medications that really are fighting against weight loss. That's why you can't drop the weight. That's why it's not fair to talk about people if they're, they've gained weight or the case may be, because you don't know what struggle they're having or if they're on medication. Hey, Michelle from Chicago. There are things that you don't know personally about that person. Everybody is not sitting in front of a plate of food 3 and 4 times a day, and that's why they can't lose weight. Some people really desire to lose weight, but medically it's not lining up for them at this time. Like I said, it could be an illness, it could be different medications. There's all sorts of reasons. So as long as you don't have any of those challenges, then you'll be fine. Can y'all hear me? My microphone way over here, child. I'm so sorry. Y'all look. Child, can y'all hear me? I guess you can. Is that better? Because I sure had the microphone way over yonder. I forgot I had my microphone on, y'all. So we'll do a testing real quick. Is this better though? Hopefully it is. Because like I said, it was literally that way and turned that way. So I know you probably can hear because it picks up all kind of sounds. You probably could hear my fan blowing over here. So these are good microphones. Somebody actually bought it for me, but it's been a blessing. But the main thing is y'all can hear me. So hopefully this is better now that I have it positioned at my mouth. So the different tips and things I'm going to share with you all are going to be tips that as long as you put them into practice, and like I said, you don't have any like major medical issues, or you're not on certain medications that is fighting against that, which you would know because especially by now, then these tips will work for you. So the first thing that for me, when it comes to weight loss that I like to share is it begins with a mindset. If you're not ready to lose weight, if you're not ready to really put in the work, you all, and you're not ready to walk this path of discipline and things like that, it's better just not to do it. That's why I don't give myself a hard time. There have been so many times I said, okay, I'm ready to get these 40 pounds off. And then, child, I'll be like, nope, I ain't ready. Because like I said, I understand how much it is of a mindset. Like, that's the first thing you have to get. Like, my mind is set and I'm ready to do this thing. Because as long as your mind is set, you usually are good to go. I have a scripture that I've shared often, which is Proverbs 37:5. It says, commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust him and he will help you. So that means anything. If you commit something to God, and he will help you. If you really commit it to him and say, God, I'm ready to lose weight. God, I'm ready to do this or do that, or take this, step of faith over here. He will be there to help you. And most of us are a witness to that in multiple things, not just weight loss. I shared about the mindset first, and then it's going to take discipline. It's going to take a lot of discipline, and it's going to take a lot of self-control. But what I will say is this: as you walk this thing out, you all, my group is called Weight Loss and Lifestyle Changes for a reason. It's not just focused on weight loss, but really everything that we do, it's going to become a lifestyle change. We did, I think January, I know January was our Daniel fast. We've been doing those so much over the years that it literally starts to change your life. It becomes a lifestyle change. We've done multiple things so far this year. We did the 30 days of prayer. I did the, what was it, y'all? The self-care month, where I was reminding you all about self-care. These are all things that, even though I'm not on here every day and shouting to the rooftop, there are things you have to put into practice in order for you to have the lifestyle changes that are beneficial for us to have, a healthy life and a more peaceful and positive life. That's what I'm all about. Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. That goes back to the discipline and self-control. I believe that, and hey, Miss Vieta, if I didn't say hi to you, I believe that we can have all the good things in life. It's just that we have to have that discipline. If you're going to have those tacos, like Miss Michelle is talking about, you got to say, okay, I'm going to have these tacos one time this month. I'm not going to eat tacos every Tuesday. I'm going to just be honest. And it's nothing wrong with doing that. But when it comes to, weight loss, you have to get into a pattern of certain things that are actually going to help you to get the weight off and actually keep it off. And where it's not, it shouldn't feel like a chore, or it should be enjoyable. I put a note here that says eating to lose weight does not have to be boring. It doesn't. That's why it starts with a mindset. And I'm going to tell you, the reason why I said give it 7 days first, give it a week, because I assure you within this week, by the time this 7 days is up, there are some people that are going to lose pounds. There are some people that are going to lose inches. And there are some people that are overall going to feel better. Why? Because you're eating different, first and foremost. There are certain foods we eat, you all, that make us bloated. Do you know it feels horrible to feel bloated? But you know what? You just keep on eating it, or maybe a certain drink you drink, or whatever the case may be. It may be certain foods you eat that I should not have this, this certain thing, or it could be chocolates. We do all sorts of things, you all, that we know I shouldn't have this much of that. It's not that you can't have some or a little bit, but a lot of the times we go overboard with those things that we enjoy. And that's really what it is. We all do it. It may not be food. It may be something to drink. It may be a certain area and activity. Some people are addicted to going to the gym. Like, it's like we get into this thing where we do things in excess, and we have to really be balanced. We have to have balance in our life. One of the things we're going to focus on over the challenge is portion control. There is no need to make a big heap of food. Now, I understand. I love certain foods too, but we don't need a mountain of mashed potatoes and 2 pork chops. And, we don't need all of it. Our bodies actually don't require a lot of food. We need water. Our bodies do not require all of the foods that we consume. And some people eat 3 times a day. I don't know how they do it. I've never really been that person. Even when I was in school, it's hard for me to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I usually eat one nice meal a day and I'm good. I may snack here and there, but I can't eat like that. And then I don't feel good. I don't feel good when I eat a whole lot of food. So even in that, it's going to take discipline to say, I only need this amount, of whatever it is. One of the things I was going to talk about was those who wanted to do more of a what do you call it, intense weight loss versus someone who isn't. Some people just want to, lose it slowly. That's what I've been doing. And praise God, I've been seeing results. But if you're looking to be more intense about it, I tell people just focus on meat and veggies. If you just focus on a protein and a vegetable, you will drop weight like that. And you will drop it even quicker if you cut meat out certain days of the week. Let's just say you have meat Monday and Wednesday and you have vegetables the rest of the week. You will see a drastic change. Now, you have to be disciplined enough to do that, but you will see the change. But what I encourage people, since we've been doing the weight loss challenges, is do what you can stick to. Don't make it so intense for yourself, because you're going to lose the weight. But then when you lose it, you don't want to go back to those same habits. So you want to, whatever you're doing, and however you're adjusting, like your eating or your foods and things like that, you just want to make sure, and even your portions, make sure it's sustainable for you. Don't go overboard, especially because you're seeing the weight come off, because you won't be able to stick to that plan once you get the weight off. It'll be so much easier just to put it back on. So whatever you're doing, just make sure it's something that I can stick to this. I can stick to, a 2/3 cup of cooked rice, which is just about all we need anyway. That's a lot of rice. But rice is full of carbs, so it's up to you. So I always teach about the carbs, letting people know everything pretty much we put in our mouth, you all, has carbs. I got to get these drinks and show you all. There are certain drinks I buy that, and I don't really care for them like that, but it's for if you like soda, to be good for somebody like that, and somebody know what I'm talking about. I'll get it, so I'll show you all. But you can have certain things like that to drink instead of putting that soda. Sodas are so high in carb, you all you got to do is turn it around and look at the back. And I'll grab some stuff. Let me grab a few things real quick so I can explain to you all what I'm talking about, because if you don't know what to look for, then you won't even know. So give me just a second. Okay. So I've done teachings on the carb counting, because sometimes when we do the weight loss challenge, we'll call it like the 30-30-30 challenge, where we stay under 30 grams of carbs. You'll lose weight pretty good. Yes, Perrier. I have Perrier in there, but I buy Perrier now for Alana. She likes Perrier because I got her hooked on that. But these right here, they're called sparkling ice. I wanted to share these. If you are a soda drinker and you're trying to lose weight, these will be good, but it doesn't taste so much like soda, but it's like a carbonated. It kind of gives you an idea of what a soda, for a soda, but it has 0 carbs and it has 0 sugar. And those are the two main things I look for in drinks. So the carbs and the sugar. And all you got to do is turn the label around and pay attention to what the carbohydrates say, and pay attention to the serving size. Because a lot of the times it'll say, let me see, this is 1 serving. So it'll say it. It may say it's 2 servings in this container, or it's 3 servings in this container. Well, if it's saying 25 grams of carbs and it's 3 servings, then you're having actually 75 grams of carbs. So you got to get that. One of the things that's big on that, those ramen noodles, I think it says like 35 grams of carbs per serving, but it's 2 servings in 1 package of ramen noodles. So you're actually eating 70 grams of carbs. So those are things you have to pay attention to. And then it's certain things, like I used to have all this stuff laid out. Packs of gum, all that stuff has carbs in it. So you have to pay attention to everything you put in your mouth. And I know it may seem intense at first, but I promise you, the more you do it, like it'll become so easy for you to look at it. And it's all going to depend on how many carbs you want to eat per day. So like I was saying, the 30-30-30 challenge, we did 30 grams of carbs or less per day. And I always will go less than that. And I don't really have to do it intentionally. It's just because I'll focus on the meat and the vegetable. If you just do that, you're going to have low carbs throughout the day. And you're drinking water or you're drinking something like this, which I don't drink these like that. And I just bought this out because I'm not a big juice person. So I was trying to find a juice that I could drink when I was sick. Because like I said, I don't drink regular juice. I don't like all that kiwi and all, I don't like all that, them drinks they have like, because I buy them for the kids, like the Minute Maid. I'm not a big person on none of that. So I was trying to find something I could stomach, because that stuff be too sweet. I don't like sweet. So that's why. This is pure pomegranate juice. It's fresh juice, so it's all natural. Now this is more on the expensive side, but let's go to the carbohydrates. Oh, it has no fat. Oh, but it got 39 grams of carbs. It's 4 servings in one jug. So you will multiply 39 times 4. Of course, you see how much I drank. So, I mean, it just depends on, that's something you want to pay attention to is what I'm saying. So you just want to focus on, first you want to set, I'm about to knock my water over. First, you want to set the amount of carbs that you want per day. If you are not trying to lose your weight real quickly, I would say go around the 40. The 40 range is a good range. At one point when we first started, I was telling people 60, but I noticed that now you can go to 60, but I wouldn't go over that per day. I would not go over 60 grams per day. You're going to see it go, you're going to see the weight come off a lot slower if you go on the higher end, like 60. But if you can try to keep it down, then you will see a change more quicker. And don't be worried about the numbers on the scale. That's why I say don't keep hopping on and off the scale, because as you're doing this carb counting, or like I said, depending on how many carbs, let's just say for me, I'm going to do 20 grams or less per day. So for the month of August, and I'm gonna keep y'all up every week. I'm gonna show y'all my weight, and I'm gonna let you know how much I lost, so that you will see what 20 grams of carbs per day is not gonna be the same for everybody. So that's why I said I'm sorry, it went away for a second. So they're just things you can't compare to the next person, but you will notice a difference. I know fried is not good. So is bacon air. Yes. So Yolanda, not Yvonne. I would say the days that you are eating meat, because I'm not going to be eating meat every single day, but the days that you are eating meat, definitely baked. Even pan cook, like pan cooking something like some olive oil, like chicken breast or fish, or the air fryer. I know some people love air fryer. Absolutely. Frying is definitely not going to be the healthiest way to go. But I don't like to tell people to deny yourself either. So make sure, like, when you're doing stuff like having a piece of fried fish or a piece of fried chicken or whatever it is you want fried, try to use that as a reward versus it being something in your everyday diet. Does that make sense? Or your everyday eating. I don't like to say diet. And your everyday eating. Because whatever you're doing on this challenge, you can continue this next month and next month and next month. That's how we've made so many changes. The people who have really, come on and do the fast with us and do these challenges, because anything you keep doing, you get into the habit of doing. Just like anything positive, whether it's a positive habit or a negative one. If you get up every day and start lighting a cigarette, nothing against people that smoke, eventually you're going to be smoking cigarettes every day. Just keep getting up and lighting that cigarette. Just keep getting up. And eventually you're going to find yourself doing it out of habit. So you don't even got to think about it. So it's just like the same things, whatever you get up and do every day. Like for me, I was in such a habit, you all, of drinking coffee. I would get up and hit the button on the, my Keurig is right here in my hallway. I would get up and hit the button without even thinking of it. Then I say, wait a minute, I don't want no coffee today. And I'll go turn it off. But do you get what I'm saying? I was so trained in my mind, because this is what I did for so long. So it's the same thing. When you get into the habit of, I'm only going to have one portion of food. Here's the thing. You're not going to die if you have one piece of chicken versus 2. You're not going to die because you don't go back for seconds or thirds. I promise you, you're going to be just fine. And I've always shared the tip that my dad gave me. And this was years and years ago, child. I don't even think I had no kids at this time. But he told me, he said, but I never struggled with my weight until I was up in my age. There ain't never been an issue. But he used to tell me, drink a cup of water before you eat your food. He was telling me that because it'll help you not to eat as much. So I wasn't struggling with my weight, but he probably saw if you keep on eating the way you eating, you will struggle with your weight. So I started doing, you have a glass of water before you eat your food. It's going to, for one, make you already feel a sense of full. So you won't eat as much as you think you want. Because you have to train yourself. It's not that your body needs all of this food that you may want because you're hungry. But if you have that water, it helps to kind of balance you out and prepare you. When you eat your food, you won't even eat as much. And you'll feel full that you won't want to go back for seconds. So that's why the first thing I always say is a mindset. You have to know within yourself, I'm going to be just fine having one portion of food. I'm going to be just fine if I eat this salad today. I'm going to be just fine. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss, is it Be Natural? All right, so let's go. Now, these are some I get for the kids. I definitely don't eat this stuff, y'all. I don't like it. I told you I don't like sweets. So I eat stuff, but I don't like sweets at all. So, and I've been like that all my life. I told you all, I used to go trick-or-treating as a kid, and I would give the candy out at school. Like, I don't like candy. I don't like sweets. Excuse me. This says it's 6 servings per container. Oh, well, 1 roll is a serving. So we got that. 1 roll is a serving. These are 41 grams of carb in 1 roll. This is 41 grams of carbs. This is how we gain weight. And the thing about it is we don't gain it overnight. What you do is you slowly be eating stuff. Let's just say, you start getting in the habit of having something, a little treat before bed, and it's full of carbs, and then you're going right to sleep. And then you may not notice it right away, but over a while, them arms start getting bigger, your stomach start getting bigger, them thighs start getting bigger. We know how it go. So the same way, hey, Nikki dear, the same way that we don't lose weight overnight, you all, is the same way that you have to give yourself time and grace to lose the weight. It's not going to disappear overnight. It's not going to disappear over a week. It's not going to disappear sometimes even over a month or two. Sometimes it's going to take time, just like it takes us years a lot of the times to even get to a certain size. We just weren't paying attention to it. I told y'all when I went through depression, I was eating everything I shouldn't eat. And I knew I was doing it. I intentionally knew I was eating foods I should not eat, you all, because I was depressed and I didn't care. I needed something to make me feel better. So I knew that the consequence was going to be at some point, and it got to that point, you're going to look in the mirror again and you're going to be unhappy. You're going to look at your weight and you're going to be in that place again. And I kept on stuffing my mouth. Why? Because I needed to feel better. I didn't care about the weight gain. I didn't. I needed to feel better in the moment. So now I know what I have to do. I always knew what I had to do to get the weight off. So you just have to know what works for you. And that's why I offer these challenges and things, because it's worked for so many people. Now, the first time I did it 6 years ago and it didn't work for nobody but me, then I would have never did another one. But the people was saying how much it helped them. I said, well, hey, praise God. I mean, I have enough sense to know that one thing doesn't work for everybody. Like I was telling you all the other day, whenever I was live, but I was talking about how it's a reason why Jenny Craig worked for this person, but it didn't work for you. Or Weight Watchers worked for that person, but it didn't work for them. So, we have to look at those, or pills, and people take all kind of stuff and it may have worked for them and it's a success story. But for you, it's like, well, I tried that. It didn't work for me. And that's what happened with me. I tried a lot of stuff before I just finally gave in and said, God, I need you to help me lose weight, because I was tired of looking at myself, and I wasn't even real big. I thought I was. I thought I was big compared, because you know what you're used to with you. So I was just like, Lord, I need to lose this weight. And he gave me this simple thing to cut back on all them carbs you eating. You ain't got to cut them all the way out. Cut back. You eating too much carbs. I used to love potatoes. Oh, potatoes are so good to me. I used to be a bread lover. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. I used to love rice. Like I still love rice now. I don't think I ever not love rice. But it's like all the things that I loved a whole lot of, it was the things that was making me get bigger. I love Coca-Cola. Oh, I used to drink Coca-Colas every day. So it's like all the stuff that, I like to consume all the time was the very things that was making me bloated. And I always look, I don't know, like fluffy. So it's kind of like, Lord, I don't want to. So I had to pray about it, and God showed me what to do. And that's why the fasting, you all, and the challenges help, because as you're fasting, it's like God helps us to not have those cravings like you once did. I don't even drink soda no more. I don't drink soda. It's so rare. I may drink a soda once a year, and I don't even like the taste of soda no more. When I taste it, I taste everything about it. I taste the syrup. It's like a separation of things I taste that it's not enjoyable for me. And I have tried it different ways. I tried to get it from the gas station, and you try to do, you may think you want it, then you taste it, it's like, I can't drink it. So it's been years now. I cannot drink soda anymore. I'm no longer addicted to bread. I was addicted to bread. What you say? Bread is good. But I'm no longer in that place where I have to have bread. I can pass on the bread and I'm just fine. Rice, like I said, rice is always going to be there. But with the rice, I can have a little bit and I'm okay. Literally, I made something. I can't remember when it was, but I made something. And y'all should have saw the little portion I put on my plate. I got like this much of rice and I got a piece of meat and I was done. I didn't go back and get more rice. Why? Because I understand I don't need to get back into the habit of eating large portions of rice. Because I could eat some rice. I just choose not to do it anymore. Especially growing up in St. Louis, y'all have to understand we have Chinese houses. We call them, the Chinaman. We call them all kind of things. But Chinese food is literally on every corner. I used to go get a box of rice. I mean, I could tell that, be driving in the car, tearing that rice up. Half order, baby. Half order chicken fried rice. Half order, shrimp fried rice. That was a normal thing growing up there. So, that's why I love rice. We used to eat rice all the time. But God has helped me over the time, and just, I believe, from us doing these fasts, to not have that, that love for it like I used to. I'm going to, you sure are, Miss Yolanda. And so another note I put here, which I already mentioned, is give yourself grace. You can't be hard on yourself or you're not going to make it. And another thing is we have to take it one day at a time. Trust me, I know what it feels like to want to just get up one day and just your weight be where you want it to be again. Or you looking at stuff in your closet that you used to be able to wear, or you even putting some on that's now it fits snug and it, you're not as comfortable anymore like you used to be in those jeans or that top or that dress and things like that. Then you got to deal with the people who are looking at you, and it's like, and everybody isn't as kind. Some people will actually just put you on blast like, woo, you didn't gain weight. I've had people say that to me, like just out the blue. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. As if I am not aware of that. Don't you know people who gain weight are aware, just like the people who lose weight. And it's the same thing, I think, when people, may have a sickness and they are aware that they've lost weight. They don't need you to tell them that. And I promise you, they probably don't feel good about it behind closed doors. But what can you do about it? Go hide in the closet and never come out? What do? Do you just hide from the world and I'm never going to go outside again because somebody's going to see that I've lost weight or somebody's going to see that I gained weight? You can't live like that. You have to just live in your truth and do something about it if you want to, because everybody doesn't want to. I'm stuck on cold coffee. Yeah, that'll get you. I almost got stuck there. I'm going to tell you something, Yolanda. Them doggone caramel frappuccinos. Wait a minute. Was it frappuccino? A macchiato, caramel macchiato from Starbucks. Don't drink it, y'all. Well, let me not tell you not to drink it. For me, it was a drink that I saw myself becoming addicted. Right, Carol. People say all kind of stuff. That's why, again, we just have to be happy with us. As long as when you look in the mirror, you're happy, or you can look in the mirror and say, you know what, I want to do something about these arms, or I want to do something about, as long as you're doing whatever it is that, that you want to do about your body, you're the only person that has to be satisfied with how you look. And that's the most important thing. Another person can never tell you how you should look because they're not in your body. They're not you. They're not in your mind. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They're just giving their opinion. So as long as we can be mentally strong enough to not get so offended all the time, because sometimes people just say things out of ignorance, and we got to understand that too. They're not trying so much to be a certain type of way. A lady made a comment to me some time ago. I was in that water that messed up my paper. But I was in Walmart, and people know me around here, of course. And so I was standing there waiting on Alana, I think it was, to come out the bathroom. And she said, "Ooh, Aisha?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh." Basically, she was trying to imply that I had gained weight. And I have not. Well, let me not get into that. But I didn't take it personal is what I'm saying. I did not take it that way because I didn't feel in my heart and in my spirit she was trying to be negative. Does that make sense? Sometimes we just don't think about what we say before we say it, or we're not conscious of someone else's feelings because it's not us in that position, it's the other person. So sometimes we have to think before we speak, because you never know what you say how it may affect the other person. Especially when things have happened that are out of that person's control. Because like I said, I had a friend who, and we're still friends, but she had to be put on a medication, you all, that made her gain weight. And she was so self-conscious, and people always made comments about her weight. And it doesn't matter how much it is or how little. It seemed like people they seem to just want to point out negative stuff. And I think people do that because it makes them feel better about themselves, So it don't matter the stuff that you see about them. It's all about, let me point something out in you to try to boost my, whatever today. And so I felt bad for her when she was walking through that, because, I didn't understand, but I tried to understand that she just couldn't feel good about people making those kind of comments to her. My next note here, you all, I put is plan your meals. And we're going to get off in just a second. I'm not going to hold y'all, I promise. Plan your meals and veggies. And meals and veggies. What did I put that? Plan your meals. And then I put protein and veggies. Of course, you can have carbs in your meals. Hey, Hazel. But if you've never done this before, if you're new to this, it's going to be better once you set your carb amount. So let's just say you're going to do 20 carbs a day. If you haven't done this before, in order for you to be more successful, it's going to be good for you to go ahead and plan out what you're going to eat. It's not going to be nothing huge. You just need to sit down. It takes about 15, 20 minutes. Write out what you want to eat. What do you like to eat? Do you like to eat fish, turkey, steak, pork? You want to eat all vegetables? You want to do salads? It's really just that simple, because you only have to consult with yourself. What am I going to eat for the week? Excuse me. My throat is still giving me a hard time. What do I want to eat for the week? Now, when you've done this before, you know what to, if I eat this, I'm staying within my carb count. If I eat, if I just have a meat and vegetable, I'm staying within my carb count. But if you're trying to incorporate carbohydrates, or you want to make yours more comfortable for you and say, well, I'm going to have a glass of juice. Perfect example, coffee. Some people drink coffee in the morning. I brought this out for a reason, but I have sweeteners that I use for my coffee. I don't put sugar in my coffee. Now, the sweetener has no sugar and no carbs. It's a sweetener. It's called Tyrannos, I believe. I've shared it with you all before, but it's right there where your the coffee stuff is. You'll see it in that section where the creamers and stuff like that is. It's all right there. You can't miss it. It's called Tyrannos, and it has no carbs and no sugar, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no sugar in it, but it's a sweetener. Now, you may not be able to drink that because you may say, no, I need some real sugar in my coffee, which is fine. It's about 8 grams of carbs and 1 teaspoon or tablespoon of sugar. Literally, I know that just based off of doing this for so long. It is literally about 8 grams of carbs and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And it could be 1 teaspoon. It's a lot. Honey. I love honey in my tea. So when I drink tea, and when I drink coffee, I don't put, like I said, I'll drink my coffee black now, but or I may put a little half and half because that doesn't have carbs in it. But when it comes to the honey, I mean my tea, I like to put honey in my tea. This honey has 17 grams of carb and 1 tablespoon. 17. So if I'm eating 20 grams of carbs in a day, and my honey has 17 grams of carb and 1 tablespoon, I done ate my carbs for the day in just 1 cup of tea. And we all know honey don't even sweeten your stuff up like that. You need a lot of honey. So I'm gonna need more than 1 tablespoon, or teaspoon rather. This is tablespoon. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need more than 1 tablespoon to sweeten up my tea, is what I'm saying. Same thing with sugar. You need a lot of sugar to sweeten up your coffee. So you've been in 3 days of carbs and just a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So it's up to you. Like I said, I'm going to be present to help you as much as I can. But like I said, I've taught on this so long. I used to get everything down. I would have food all over the countertop. We're going through everything from canned vegetables, even down to a can of green beans. You got to look at the back. I think it's 3.5 servings in 1 small can of green beans. But the carbohydrates, I want to say, is about between 6. It could be between 4 and 6 grams of carbs. So you're looking at, of course, you're not eating a whole can of green beans, but that's 3.5 servings times 4 grams. I want to say it's like 4 grams of carbs. And again, I've been doing this so long, I can. That's why I said I can go make something to eat, and I know I'm staying within my carb count. So when you're putting forth all this effort, it will pay off. And at some point, you'll be like, "Child, I know I can have that. Yep, let me get that." You go out to the restaurant, you know what you can have. Give me a side of broccoli with a filet mignon, whatever the case may be. You know when you can have a treat, or when you can have that glass of lemonade and things like that, because you're not overdoing your carbohydrates for the day. That's one, right? Wait, that one right there. I make my own. You don't have Starbucks? Well, I don't even go to Starbucks no more. How many teaspoons? I don't know. How many teaspoons is a tablespoon? Probably about what? 2 to 3, I would say. But the point is, I don't even bother with it. The only thing I will do is my tea, because I have to have, if I want it sweet, I like to have honey in my tea. I don't like to use sugar. I just don't. I don't like to use sugar. And so even the other day I was making something for the kids. And I just haven't really been cooking like that, because I only have to cook for Alana and Bella. Like Aaliyah works pretty much every day, and there's nobody else here. Tyler been gone. He left on last Sunday. He didn't start back school, and Alana starts school on Tuesday, excuse me. So when it's just them two to cook for, sometimes, whatever I'm making, like Alana's big on vegetables. So this particular day, she wanted I want to say it was some spinach. I'm making that spinach. I told y'all I don't even really cook with butter no more. And the butter just turned my stomach, y'all. Like the butter was in there. I had mixed it in with her little spinach with the seasonings. But that butter, I just couldn't even take the smell of the butter. So it just goes to show you, like, as we're doing like the fast and things, it really does help you to, I'm not saying you're going to just not want things anymore, but you start to see things differently. And you start to go different routes about things. Let me get a substitute for this, because your taste buds and things change, and your eating habits change. And like I said, you start seeing the things that you really don't need. You're able to go without them. Like, I really don't need that butter, So I've been stopped cooking with butter a lot, though. Like, it's so rare I'll use butter in my food now. And you really don't need it. I don't miss it. That's butter in there in case Aaliyah, one of them, wants some. But I personally don't need it for my meals like I used to. I think everything you put in your mouth does count. So, and you'll see, because you'll start looking at stuff. You'll pull out those mints out your purse or out your, and you start looking at the grams of carbs. Yeah, that's what I said. 3. You start looking at the grams of carbs on everything. I don't care if it's your little mints, your little Altoids, whatever. Just start looking at the carbohydrates on it, and you'll see your gum, all that stuff. You take 2 teaspoons in your tea. I don't know. I usually need a lot, Miss Be Natural Child, because I don't know. The honey just doesn't make it sweet, unless you're talking about sugar. I just don't like the sugar in my tea. But I got to figure out something to do with this juice, because I just didn't care for. I don't know what it is. I just don't care for juice. I'm big on water. I can drink water. Now I could cut up some cucumber in water. You can cut up all kind of fruit in water, lemon in water. I just like water. And I like Crystal Light. That's another thing. Now I don't drink it every day. I don't think you should drink it every day. And these too. I wouldn't recommend you drink these every day, but it's just when you're having a day where it's like, I would like to have a soda. If you pour this over some ice, it's going to satisfy you enough to where you rather have that than, than the soda, knowing the sugars and everything you're getting in that soda. Oh, honey. Okay. Miss Be Natural. So, let me think before I end everything. I shared that scripture with y'all. So starting tomorrow, and I would recommend that you sit down today and I didn't want to kind of make it to where you had to really plan a lot for this, because you don't. You go in your kitchen and you fix whatever's in your kitchen. Food is too high to be going out and buying all this stuff. No, you can work with whatever you have, whether it's whatever canned goods you have, whatever vegetables you have in your freezer, or however you do it, whatever meats you have. You can work with whatever you have already in your cabinet. That's why I didn't want to come ahead of time too much and make it seem like, oh, I need to go out and buy this and this. No, work with what you got at home. Work with what you got at home. The most is, if you want something, like I said, other to drink, you may have to, grab you a couple of these, or grab you some, what is there, Perrier. There's all kind of sparkling waters. Like I said, I just wouldn't recommend you drink them every day. And then you could also have whatever drinks you want. It's just that you have to think about the carb count. Like if I have this glass of juice, however many ounces, you know how many carbs it is because you looked on the back and you read it. And it may say it's 4 ounces for 20 some grams of carbs. Well, you know what you're getting in that glass. And as long as everything else lines up with your meals, it's going to be fine. So the main thing is just to show you how to look for those numbers. There's no amount for the challenge. There's no charge. Miss Be Natural a year, because we do the Daniel fast in January and July. I know that for a fact. But we did some extra stuff this year. Like I said, I did the 30 days of prayer and what was it, y'all? Self-care. That wasn't really a challenge. That was just me reminding you all each day about self-care. And that's something that you should do that anyway. Make sure you take care of yourself. And we did another weight loss challenge. I think we may have done 2 already. I don't even know, child, because we do stuff we do stuff a lot. So if you want to be a part of the weight loss group, you can go back and see all that stuff, book readings and everything. I did not read those last few chapters for you all for what was it? People I met at the gates of heaven, who's going to be there because of you. And I don't mind finishing that for you all, and will. And then we will have our devotions that I'll post every day. I just don't know if it's going to be this one, the Pray Powerfully Lose Weight, or the Weight Loss God's Way. We've done them both before. They're good. They're good. There's something you could just put on and listen into, whether you're taking your walk, doing your exercise, or listening before bed, or listening before you get out the bed. You'll just be able to put that on and listen to it. And I believe it will be a blessing to you in some kind of way. And I think that's it. I think I covered everything for the most part. I showed you all how to look for the carbs. You're going to decide your carb count. It's going to depend on how quickly you want to lose the weight, but also you want to put a plan into place that you can stick to. Please don't try to do something that, hey, Liz, that is going to be a lot for you to keep up with, if that makes sense. So I've already been just doing things in moderation, and I've been seeing the weight fall off. It's just not falling off like drastically, because I know how to do that. I've done it. But see, when you do it that way, usually I'd have made too many changes too quickly, and then I don't want to keep up with it. So it's like, but it's exciting once you start seeing the weight come off. It's exciting when you start seeing you can fit things again. It's exciting when you start feeling better from the inside out. It's exciting, especially when you see the weight fall off. But the main thing is just to stay the course. And so we just got to keep each other motivated. So if you want to join the weight loss group, it's on Facebook. So you would use that basically as a support, area where you can go in and You said, "Oh wow, I remember you." And oh, child, I used to. You better say it, Yolanda. That's why I love. I mean, Yolanda. That's why I like the fact that there are people that have been following me for a long period of time, and that actually what helps me on days where I feel some type of way. Somebody may make a comment, and I say, "Wait a minute, these people don't know me." It's the people who've been with me. They know me. They know my spirit. I am. They've been with me all this time. So God always has those people in place who knows you for you. Then you got people that kind of they scattering in and they don't know nothing about you. You know, they just start following you this day, today, you know, and want to make some of the most crazy comments about you. So that's actually what helps me. And the butter, I used to cook with butter all the time. I probably use butter in everything. And that's proven. I mean it. Now, I won't even reach for the butter. I won't. The only reason why I reached for it the other day was because Alana asked me to put butter in her what was it? Spinach. I ain't even eat no spinach. That was hers. So she actually asked me. It was a request that I put some butter in there, and I did. And I just noticed once it started, boiling, you can smell butter. And I kept saying, oh, but I hadn't smelled it in so long because I rarely cook with it. I rarely cook with it at all. And usually it's not for me. It's something I may, because I know the taste of butter. I know the flavor it adds. So I'll still make a recipe like for the kids and may add a little butter. I just don't cook with nearly as much butter as I used to. So the only time y'all will see me use like a lot of butter is if I'm making them like a crab boil thing, like or something like that, where they could dip their butter. Other than that, and guess what? I don't miss it. Like I don't miss butter. I don't miss bread. I don't miss potatoes. So it's not that I still won't eat it, but over time, I don't care for it anymore. So like you can have my French fries. I'm good. So it's like you just get to that point where you just don't care for things anymore like that. To get my water intake, I use Circle because it's hard for me to drink water. That's a good recommendation. I'm not sure what that is, but that's good to know. So you all can look that up. If you struggle with drinking water, try that. Hey, Crystal. So, and I've tried to help. I love water. So if you do struggle with drinking it, try different things. Try what she recommended. But like I said, add some fruit. Cucumber really adds a good flavor to water. If you like cucumber, it's good to see you, Crystal. But fruit is it's not going to make your water taste exactly like the fruit, but you get that hint of flavor. Like I think some people just need some type of flavor because it's hard to just drink something that tastes plain. But it's just so good and refreshing to me. And I love to I need my little Kleenex. Hold on, y'all. Let me wipe my nose. I love water itself. It's refreshing. I love ice cold. I got some right here. I love ice cold water. So I drink it just like that. Hold on one second. Ooh, I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was something. I was trying to blow my nose and okay. So we're talking about the water. So there are different things you can do. There are different things you can do to try to get your water intake in. And sometimes you really just got to sit down. If you don't enjoy drinking it like I do, you just have to sit down and just drink it sometimes. Sometimes you just have to take that bottle of water and just make sure you're getting in, at least enough water each day because our body needs that more than anything. So over the course of the next 3 weeks, these devotionals will be posted first thing in the morning. They'll be posted here on YouTube. Now, I'll post the link in the weight loss group. I know some of you are coming from over there because I posted the link over there. So the link will be posted each day for you to come in and listen to the devotions. These devotions are going to help you to be motivated on your journey. For some of us, we're restarting. For some of us, we're just starting. For some of us, we're continuing. We're all in different places. But one thing we know is Proverbs 37:5. When it says, if we commit everything we do to the Lord and we trust him, that he will help us. So I just believe that he's going to help us. And don't feel bad if you falling off and you starting again. Like, that's what life is about. None of us are going to be perfect, and we are always going to be for some of us restarting and retrying, and some of us have failed so many times at things, but don't worry about that. Nobody should be looking at you no type of way or trying to judge you for that. What makes you admirable and what makes people admire you and respect you is the fact that you have not given up. It's the fact that you keep trying, whatever it is, keep trying at that marriage that it may be failing. Keep trying at your weight loss journey. Keep trying at whatever it is that you are trying to reach in your life as your goals. That's what makes people admire you. I said before, people a lot of the times aren't jealous of you because you act like everybody else. A lot of the times people are jealous of things that make you stand out, meaning you are yourself. You stand in your truth. You're not trying to be like the world. It's things like that people a lot of the times don't have that courage and that boldness to do. But what we got to understand is it takes God to give you that. So if you just ask him for it, he will give you the boldness and the courage you need to make it through anything you've been through, to stand up when you've fallen. There's time, but guess what? It's the point that you got back up. It's the point that you get back up. You may have had a divorce. It's the point that you tried again. You may have been trying. I got kids childed out. I don't understand where they came from, but it's the point that I keep trying and I have not given up on them. It's things like that. It's the point that you keep going and you keep trying and you keep getting up, and you have not allowed the things that happen in this life to knock you down and keep you down or to make you quit and give up. That's when people ain't gonna, but people can respect you when you keep getting up, when you keep trying. It's something about seeing somebody do that actually encourages you to want to do it, isn't it? That's like it's when you see people giving up, they don't encourage you to want to keep going. You feeling the same way. Yeah, I need to give up too. Some people on they last everything. They ready to throw in the towel, and they'll see you come on. They'll see a post you make, and it just encourages it. It gives them a second win to say, you know what, I'm going to keep going. You know what, I'm not going to give up. You know what, it ain't as bad as it could be. You know what, I ain't as big as I could be. You know what, all hope is not gone. You know what, all hope is not lost. But you got to know that from the inside out. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's a blessing to hear you say you no longer need it or use it. Oh yeah, absolutely. And butter is not bad. So I think butter is great. Just so y'all know, it's not that. Some things I really can't explain as changes that have happened in my life and with my eating and things like that, because I know God did it. So it doesn't mean that butter is bad. I think for me, I was more than likely one of those people that was using butter in excess. Remember, we talked about when you do something in excess, it's just not good. I don't care what it is. Anything we do in excess, it's usually not good for you. So that's likely why God, in my time of fasting or whatever, he spoke to me and just in leading and guiding me in a different direction. So it doesn't mean other people can't have butter. But for me, I was probably using too much of it. I think that's what it was. So now I don't care for it. So, but God deals with us all in different ways. And I do believe that when he sees us going a certain direction and we are doing things, like I said, in excess, I think he wants to get us away from that because it's not healthy. It's not going to lead to anything good. If you eating sugar every day, it's not going to lead to anything good. It's eventually going to affect your health. So it's kind of like I think he just, whatever that thing is for you. I know for me, that was one of them. Like I told you, Coca-Cola was another one. Fried chicken was another one. I used to eat fried chicken and Coca-Cola almost, I know, weekly. I know it was weekly because God spoke to me about it. That's how bad it was for me. So I think whatever those things are that God sees, if you keep going in this direction, something eventually it's gonna impact your health. And God don't want us to be sick. He don't want us to be on medications, but some things come about because we won't listen or we're doing things that, we know aren't healthy for us. if that makes sense. And everything is not about that. Some things happen for other reasons. But I just know for me, certain things in my life, that God has steered me from. I see why. Coffee is another one. Coffee is another one. Hey, Gina. I used to drink coffee. If you've been following me, y'all, or even if you know me personally, coffee. I used to drink coffee like 3, maybe 4 or 5 cups a day. As a matter of fact, at one point I was drinking coffee all day, like literally all day long. And so, God just helped me over the time of us doing these fasts. That's why I said these fasts and these challenges, they bless me as much as they bless y'all. So you may say, "Oh, it bless me," but God is working. He's dealing with me too. It's not me just doing a challenge for y'all. It's all of us collectively doing it. So when you actually participate in it, God is blessing you just like the next person. But child, that coffee, I was addicted to coffee. Now that's one addiction. That's a strong addiction I had. You couldn't tell me nothing. I would make pots and pots, pot after pot of coffee all day long. As long as I had my coffee, I was good. I was a coffee head. I was. Yes, Miss Gina. That's what I just told them. I almost got hooked on them. Them things, no, they good. Let's see. That's what a little flavor about. Yep. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Yolanda. So, we just have to know that God is always trying to help us in our individual lives. And oftentimes you can't compare what he's doing in your life with the next person's life. Because like I said, coffee may not be an issue for you, but it was for me. So God may not deal with you concerning coffee, but he dealt with it for me. Why? Because too much caffeine does what? Destroy our kidneys. I would have probably been on dialysis by now or on my way. So I'm not telling nobody what to do, but I'm just saying this is how God, he's always trying to help us. So it's still that I can enjoy a cup of coffee here and there. It's just that I don't drink it every day for sure. And I've come a long way from having about 5 cups a day, probably more than that. Cause I would make multiple pots of coffee. I didn't just have 1 cup, baby. Now it's every now and then. Every now and then I'll just want to smell the coffee and have a cup of coffee. You was over on Anita. I was wondering what was going on with you. Because I saw you make the comment, but then I didn't see you. Speaking of coffee, I just restocked up on all right now. I gotta try that too, Crystal, because you did mention that before. So just be open to whatever God wants to do in your individual life. That's all that matters. He knows things about your body that you don't know. So it could be another reason why he don't want you to drink so much of this or have so much of that or eat so much of that. Like he knows your life. He sees down the road. He knows way more than what we know. He knows more than we'll ever know, as a matter of fact. So that's why it's best to go to him and to ask him about different things. So even as we start this challenge tomorrow, even ask God, are there some foods, God, that you want me to cut out of my everyday eating or to cut back on? I promise you, if you ask him, he will show you. Are there certain things that I'm eating or drinking that is causing me to gain weight or not be able to lose weight? I promise you, he will show you. Just be open to him. Stop expecting him just to come through a loudspeaker and speak in he will speak to you all kind of ways. All kind of ways, baby. Yes, Anita, it's going to stay here on YouTube, baby. And the links should be on the link is in the weight loss group. And I think it's on my Aisha page. That's where I saw you at. But it'll definitely be here. So it'll be here when we get off. All of the lives will be here. So, and I'm going to wrap it up because we've been on here how long? Because I said I wasn't going to be on here long. I can't see the time. So I will see you all in the morning. If you have any questions, which I'll give y'all time now to ask anything you have for me. But I think we kind of went through the questions as we were talking. But I just want you're welcome, dear. I just want you to be encouraged. And I just want you to know, I always say this about weight loss. It's not a race. You ain't in no competition with nobody. And it's, just if you're not there yet, because the best thing you could do is be real with yourself. It's either you're ready or you're not. But if you're not ready, but you want to be ready, pray about that. Just use this time and, you can listen in to the devotions and things like that. and ask God to help you get ready. But if you know this is your time and you're ready to really put your best foot forward, ask God to help you. Because that's what I'm going to be doing. Ask God to strengthen you. Ask him to give you the motivation. Ask him to give you the encouragement. Ask him to help you to be steadfast on this journey, because I know what it's like I said, to want to be in a certain, place physically, because you feel better overall about yourself. And it's nothing that should be stopping you from getting there. So, as like I said, unless there's some other issues that are out of our control, but most of us are able to get there. We just, like I said, we just have to make up our mind and say, you know what, I'm doing this. And when them candy bars calling us and that ice cream and those milkshakes and that Dairy Queen and all that stuff, because it's gonna happen soon as tomorrow starts. Matter of fact, it's gonna. I'm telling you what I know. This is how the devil works too, because he know you trying to lose weight. Now all of a sudden, stuff that you don't even normally eat is gonna be sounding good. So I'm like, oh, what? A chocolate mousse caramel cake? No, what? I ain't even never heard of that. That's how I go. But you got to be like, you know what? It's not worth it. Or I'm going to just give into it and start another time. I mean, it's up to you. But if you really want to do it, just be like, man, no, it's not worth it. I want to get to where I want to be. Or make a note and say, that's going to be my treat. So instead of giving in to the temptation at that time, say, you know what? I'm going to have a piece of chocolate mousse caramel. I don't know if this is a real cake, by the way. I'm just making this up. Y'all know I don't even bake. But I'm going to have that piece of cake for a treat. And you set a time aside where you actually reward yourself, not every day, of course, but reward yourself throughout your journey. Reward yourself. Don't deny yourself all the time of everything. You can have a slice of cake, but you have to make plans even for that. Thursday is going to be my reward day, and I'm going to have something small, nothing too extravagant, to reward myself on the challenge. Can I tell you that fast? Absolutely, Miss Anita. And I'm actually going to be doing a combination of it, to be honest, because, I got sick the 12th day of the fast. So I wanted to finish my fast out. And in a way I did, the food part, not being able to, eat. And I had to pray because I feel like I was, but I do want to have some time to go back and revisit some things, even with my prayer board here. I have things up here that I was praying about during the fast that he's actually still answering the prayers up here on my board. So, and I kind of put check marks next to some things, but I'm going to be doing a combination of both, to be honest, just so you know. So I won't be doing the devotions for that, but I will have devotions up here for us, Miss Jackson, that you'll be able to come in and listen to, that are biblical based, of course. And that would be an encouragement for you each day. So with that being said, I don't know if y'all can hear them running up and down my hall. One thing I won't do in my next house is I will not invest in hardwood floors. So I think with kids that are kind of smaller, it makes too much noise to me. So unless we don't have a crawl space, because that crawl space is probably what's making it louder. I won't know. I wouldn't know though, because I just know I don't like to hear all that extra noise that I be hearing with them. And I don't know if y'all can hear it, because it seems like y'all should be able to hear it if you can't. So any last things before we hop off? Help me with spreading the word. If anybody is looking for us, I'll continue to tell them, as well as I drop the links each day, but I'll only drop the links now in weight loss and lifestyle changes, or it'll be right here live on YouTube. So, I'm not going to keep on posting it over and over again, because the people who want to be a part, and I know everybody don't see everything too. It'll be a lot of people that catch this replay, but they'll know where we are from that, because this will stay up. You can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me? Am I muted? Oh, Lord. Am I muted, y'all? Can you hear me? Can't hear it. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all talking about y'all can't hear the kids running up and down the hall. Child's gonna say, oh, y'all can't hear me. I've been talking and talking. Y'all can't hear that. Child. Michael, okay, y'all can hear me. Okay. I'm surprised y'all can't hear them. And I mean, they don't be just doing it like that because I wouldn't be able to be on live. Like if it was that distracting, but I can hear them when they may run to the kitchen to get something to drink, or that's usually what they're doing. But they like to run. You know how kids are. They don't like to walk nowhere. So it's just like a boom, 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 because it's just like it echoes or something. So I'm glad y'all can't hear it. That's all I care about. I'm okay because it's not, I just don't want y'all to be hearing it. So, but they know I'm on live, so I told them I wouldn't be long. I told y'all we went out to the park. I found a park right here, y'all, where I can go walk because I can't really walk my driveway. I used to walk my driveway, but my internet for some reason does not work well when I'm walking my driveway. That's why I have not walked with you all out there. So I am going to come on live. That's something I guess I didn't share. I will be on live at least 3 times out the week to motivate you all with walking. But we will be up here at this park, or we'll be at the other park that I went live from. So the other one's just way across town. So we'll probably go over there maybe once a week, and then we'll go up here by the house a couple days after the week because it's right here. And so the only thing I'm concerned about is it's in a the entire trail is in a wooded area. So like you're walking through the woods, which is not the problem, but will it affect the Wi-Fi? I don't know. So we'll have to see. All we can do is give it a try. But I would rather walk my driveway. But if I did that, I couldn't go live. I don't know what that's about. It's like a disconnection thing. Like if I get in my car, my garage, my Wi-Fi starts to act up, and as you're driving down, it just does not. Same thing when I was walking. It just doesn't adjust until you're like down the street. I've tried turning off the Wi-Fi on my phone. It just does not work. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So you'll see me for that as well. So we'll start over here tomorrow at the park up here. And then all we can do is trial and error. I'm gonna come on and hopefully the Wi-Fi works. If it doesn't, then we'll try the next thing. So I know the Wi-Fi works over at the other park. So I guess we could do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let me write that down because I haven't did my calendar yet for this month. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll walk. And then you can catch the replay. That way you can Jeff, my backyard does not have it's all grass. So I kind of wanted to be on like a hard surface when I was walking instead of trying to walk through my yard. And plus mine goes down and it's not all level. It goes down the hill and all that stuff. So my driveway is perfect. Actually, it's just I can't get the connection to stay. It works on one end of the driveway, but it does not work when you're going down the longer part of the driveway. So I don't know, but it's fine. So you will be able to catch the replays of the walks, and that way it'll help you hopefully to want to get out and walk as well, whether it's in your neighborhood or everybody likes to kind of do something different, or just to get some type of movement in, as we talked about earlier. I won't reiterate everything because we've already went through it, but we did talk about exercising, whatever that may be. Everybody's different. Everybody can't get out and walk. If you're in a wheelchair, of course, then you could do things with your arms. I just don't feel like there's an excuse to why we can't do some type of movement. There's all kind of arm exercises, even that you can find on YouTube, where you can move your arms and get weights and do things like that. Some people can sit on the floor and do different things. And, so it's all kind of ways. We talked about swimming. There's tennis. There's basketball. There's the batting cages. There's skating. There's everything. There's so many things we could do to get exercise and movement in. It doesn't have to be you going to the gym. For some people, they go walk the mall. You ever been in the mall and you see usually you see older people, they literally walk the mall. They circle that mall and you're in the air. So you ain't got to be outside. So there's no reason to say it's too hot. Especially if you're close to a mall. My mall, of course, is way across town too. It's past the park almost. But that's a good idea. You can go to the mall and walk. So the point is, there's no excuse. There's a lot of different physical activity that we can do. There's boxing. You could think of anything. So All right. I think we're done. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll see you all in the morning for our devotion. What time is it? Let's do 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll post the link in the weight loss group, okay? So 9 a.m. Central Standard Time for our devotion. The walking, I don't know what time. It'll have to be in the evening because we need to set a time that's consistent in the evening time. It's going to be too hot during the day. It's hot here. I don't know about where y'all live. It is very hot. So the good thing is we're going into hopefully the fall and it'll actually cool off. But right now it is extremely hot to be out during the day. Maybe first thing in the morning will be better or in the evening. But for me, the evening will be better because school starts back Tuesday. And it'll be schedule wise. I need to be able to do it in the evening. And that's it. Everything else I already shared. So I will see you all in the morning. I hope you have a great rest of your day. You can't leave you can leave comments here, you all. I think it's set to where you can comment here after, like on the replay. I'm not really sure. But if you have questions for me, you all, I have an email that's on my website. So you just need to go to selectblends.com, SELECT BLENDS.com and just scroll down to where it says contact. In New York City, it's hot. Yes, but it's you probably know what I'm talking about. It's hotter than normal. And I'm not an outdoor person unless, like I said, unless I'm fishing, which I haven't been fishing recently. We tried to go out there last week before Tyler left, but that's neither here nor there. I haven't been outside to even see. You may walk outside for a second, but it is hot, y'all. I don't know if that means we're going to have a really cold winter. I don't know what it means when it's this hot, but it's not a usual hot. It's not a normal type of heat here that I can actually be outside and still do stuff. It's really hot. Like it's a different type of hot. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not worried about it. We still gonna do what we gonna do. Either way it goes. So we still gonna get our walk in, but like I said, we gonna do it in the evening time. We're gonna do it in the evening time where the sun is going down, and it's cooler outside, and we're gonna be safer about it, and we're just gonna get our workout in. So see you in the morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on YouTube, or you can catch that link over in Weight Loss and Lifestyle Changes on Facebook. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on.